And you're rolling.
Well, it's been a mere 5 minutes and we've encountered our first oyster. We're right down here. Get a good look at that puppy. That thing is a nice little oyster.
As you can see, these really were the first oysters to come around in this day and age. Okay, have you ever seen an oyster reef?
No.
Is it real?
Yes.
They're real?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what they do for the environment?
Great food for fish, hopefully.
Second oyster sighting. It's not really, it's a close relative to the oyster. It's a crustacean from the bottom of the ocean. Right now we're still checking on the beach, looking for some oysters. We haven't made a real oyster sighting yet, but we're getting close. What do you have to say about that, Roy?
I just want to say hi to everyone.
Hey, Nick. Yeah. What do you have to say about the oysters? That's some great input. Heard from yours truly, Nick Janiscoli, PhD in oysters. All right, we've been hunting for oysters for about 3 hours now. No sight of one yet, an oyster bed yet. But what we have found is a bunch of evidence to prove that there were prehistoric oysters here before our time, and that's really what matters. But what does matter is we need more oyster beds to help clean the Lynnhaven River, which is right here. They're lacking oysters because oysters really good. They filter feed and make a better environment for the water. And what we really need to do is educate the people on oysters, because as you can see, the fisherman back at when I interviewed him, he did not know what oysters did. Fish rarely feed off.
Any clue what this is?
That's what I said. I was like, yeah, the oysters out here turning
Fish are friends, not food. Oh, we've made our first oyster sighting. Straight from the water. Right here.
What we have here is a flip-flop with oysters attached to it, and this shows the environment of an oyster. Because oysters need a firm surface to attach onto to survive. Obviously they can't survive on the beach, but this is a good example of a small cluster of oysters.
It's getting dark to me, babe. Make more space.
Are they real?
I don't know.
And right here we have found a professional oyster fisherman.
Thanks, man.
What do you have to say about that?
I don't know, they're hard to catch.
Jake, as you can see,
It's stereotypical for oyster fishermen not to be documented on camera because they work for a top secret government official where they just catch oysters and give them to the government. Obama doesn't want us to know. Right now we're walking through an oyster graveyard. As you can see, these are some big oysters, or were some big oysters back in their day. As you can see, this is the carcass of a dead seagull. He most likely choked on an oyster. These are the dangers of oysters. Alright, have you ever heard of an oyster bed?
What?
An oyster bed.
Oh yeah.
Are they the most comfortable beds to sleep on? Okay.